Said the www wrong. Stupid. This means got it. Hey, looks like we're gonna go live, everybody. That's pretty exciting. Hi there, John Boy. Check it out. Hello there. This is Shelf Help Show presents G&J BS Factory. John's going to join me again. That's twice this week. That's pretty exciting. And I'm joined by my beautiful secretary, maid, and personal servant, Haley, right behind me. Hi, Haley. How you doing, sweetie? Good. Are you doing good? Like you're improving people's lives? You're doing good somewhere. Are you doing well? Okay. Yeah. Somebody corrected me once in elementary school. Are you really doing good? What good are you doing specifically? Because if you're doing acts of goodness, I'd like to give you praise. But if you're doing well, then why don't you just say well? I was like, wow, fuck you. And it stuck with me for 40 effing years. And I find myself being that person. I'm doing good. Oh, are you doing good? Tell me about your acts of goodness. They're like, you're a jerk. I'm like, I know. Somebody hurt me once, so I hurt others. This cycle of abuse. Don't say anything, daughter. Speaking of abuse, help me. Do not make that sign. Oh. No, I don't know. So I'm just saying loser. I'm a loser. Okay, this is awkward. Oh, she's gonna take over the show. Go ahead. Oh, John's like, did you send it? John, boy. So we were having some technical difficulties. Technically, the difficulties were John's having a hard time with technology in general. Okay, it was mostly me. Selfie. John.
I love to keep pictures like this. You should start doing all your selfies like this.
Oh, I like that. Over the top of your head.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's it.
Like I think personally, like the higher you go,
yeah,
the better you look.
I just thought this was I thought I was reading a chat from John, and it was all it popped up and said, "Did you send the link?" And then I opened it and it said, "I love you, baby." And I'm like, that wasn't him. That was someone else. Yeah, felt creepy. Yes, baby, I sent the link. It's for John.
Oh, you actually sent
and it says for John on it. For John. Chaos abound. So I used to call the random ramblings in the middle of the week a dad bod biker beard. I was thinking about just bringing that back. I kind of like it. Dad bod biker beard. Welcome. Dad bod biker beard. Let's talk about that. But some updates. Check out the website at https:// World Wide Web dot the self nope shit back up the shelf SHLF help show.com etc. Enter. So check out the site. I'm making some expansions to include a section that is going to cater to the female folk, have offers and merchandise and products with discounts that are going to be more geared towards females. And then the male site, the males underneath. So it's kind of under construction. John, I sent it again. He's having a hard time. Let's see. Go. Technology is hard. John dot TRAPP at Oh, maybe no. I spelled it right. True. He's got his customized penis.com, email inbox. So the same. Wonder if you can still get one there. So tonight, what are we gonna do? Why are we worth paying attention to? I don't know. We may not be. We're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a little trivia. John had a trivia night, and apparently his team got his butt kicked. So we'll find out a little bit about that. I'm going to do some random trivia. I'm gonna come up with a subject in just a moment. Once we get John in here, and then this one over here. What's your name? Haley. Haley's going to assist me and see if I don't know. She might be able to answer some questions. Now, the trivia is going to show up on this screen over here, which you guys cannot see on purpose. Neither can you. Yay. Did John show up? Is he here? Oh, you're the best around.
Don't let anybody let you turn you down for what the hell they say.
Who was that? Joe Esposito?
I was thinking South Park, but okay.
Oh, that was from the Karate Kid soundtrack.
Oh, that's right.
You're the best around. Yeah, one hit wonder. I think Joe Esposito is the name. You're welcome. I'll be here all night. Or not.
If you say so.
So we're gonna do some trivia. John, tell me, your team got destroyed playing trivia because y'all acted like a bunch of Nancy Pansies. Like, what happened? You just didn't bring it?
Yeah, I thought the group of nerds that I had gathered together from
Yeah.
both sides of the coast, originally East Coast, my daughter, West Coast, her best friend. I figured we'd bring them together
Do they get
and
in
we'd
gang
have
fights?
the ultimate nerddom. And we finished like 6 out of like 16 teams. It was brutal.
Hmm.
No.
What do you expect from your team?
I expect to finish in the top 3.
Hmm.
That's what I expect. I don't expect victories. That's asking too much, especially from women.
This is probably wow. This is perfect. Wow, I'm glad you said that.
I just try. I tried. I
Misogyny
can't get her
101.
to
Dad
look
bod
at that
biker beard.
face. She's just like deadpan the whole time. There is no smile. There is no laughter. I have tried to be self-deprecating,
Yep.
tell funny stories, then
Yep.
now make fun of women, and she's just like, he is.
That
a
almost had
fucking
her. She was almost
retard.
there, but she couldn't crack because she's technically third wave feminist, right? So she can't be like supporting your
Oh.
misogynist shit. However, she tells the best misogynist jokes though. She
Oh,
really
does
does.
she?
She does.
Oh, I'd like to hear a misogynist joke.
She doesn't. Not anymore. She had a wave of 2 or 3, and I enjoyed them.
I love
just-
misogynist jokes. They're
Can
great.
you can and coming from her is perfect because I know her stance on it is to not support that sort of behavior, and then so when she does it, it throws me for a loop, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know how to react. Should I laugh? Are you testing me?
So, third wave of feminism, is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right. Can you explain that to me? I need
Me?
that. Yeah. Or
No, not
her.
really.
What's her stance on it?
I didn't even know what it was until he said it.
There's a microphone that is to your left. Could you talk into that a little bit, maybe more?
It was off.
Oh,
Hello? Can you hear me?
very barely.
Try again.
Hold on. Hello?
The
Any
same.
better?
I can hear you, but very low. Wow. Put her in the spotlight, why don't you? She's like, I never heard of the third wave of feminism until my dad actually said that. He seems very comfortable with a phallic-y type thing with using 2 hands. Did you ever notice that about him? Ah, I almost got a laugh out of you. I almost got one. Nothing.
You can't hear it all?
Oh, I got you now.
That's so weird.
Whoa. That was very, that was
Think
very,
is live. I got
well, have her talk. Say test 1, 2. Nothing.
Hello, hello.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Woo!
All right. Well, that's the most excitement we've seen yet.
Jeez.
All right. So explain the third wave of feminism, or at least
Can you
the
hear
way
me?
you
No?
see feminism.
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah.
Am I coming through?
Yeah. It was her mic that was dead.
Yeah, I literally switched inputs. I put her on my input and now she works. I switched mine to her input and it works too. Cool, whatever. I'll just remember a different plug. So it's a different jack. She's got a 1/4 inch and this one is the other. But it doesn't matter. Fucking who cares? All right. So third wave of feminism. I don't know. I just heard that there's a third wave. The first was Margaret Sanger and
Right to vote.
or maybe it was the women's suffrage movement in the 1920s. So let's see. Third wave feminism born in the 1960s and 70s as members of Generation X and grounded in the civil rights advances of the second wave. Third wave feminists embrace diversity. There's fourth and postmodern too.
Oh,
I had no idea.
I'm learning more too.
Let's see. Well, stop. Fuck off. I'm not paying you today, Wiki. But here we go. The third wave saw the emergence of new feminist currents and theories such as intersectionality, sex positivity, vegetarian ecofeminism, trans feminism, and postmodern feminism.
How is vegetarian only a female thing?
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Vegetarian ecofeminism is an activist and academic movement which states that all types of oppression are linked and must be eradicated, with a focus on including the domination of humans over non-human animals through the feminist concept known as intersectionality.
I'm confused why that's a female only thing. I would think
Vegetarian is not a female only, but vegetarian feminists.
Oh, good Lord.
That's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's putting
So
two
does
together.
she have a particular stance on feminism right now? Is that does she have a
Are you asking she?
Me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
You.
her
Well,
name is-
when I say she, I'm not talking about him. I mean, even though he's a pansy sometimes, that's not what I'm talking
Oh, me?
about.
I'm the pansy. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, you're a pansy. I want to hear your point of view. I'm very interested.
I don't know.
What's your-
I support it. I don't know what else to say.
So,
Like,
what's your definition of feminism?
oh my God, this is like hard.
All right. So, my definition of feminism is that men and women are equal. So, women who fight for feministic points of view to make sure that no matter what the category, whatever the situation, is that it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, you're treated the same way going into this situation. Is that fair?
Some yeah, similar.
What sounds a little different?
Like treated in the exact same way. I don't think that's gonna happen because, we're all different. But I don't know. I have a hard time talking about this.
That's all right. Don't stress. She
Yeah,
wasn't.
don't stress out. No, I'm actually, your dad will tell you, I'm actually interested in your point of view. I'm super interested in the way that you think because you are the age that you are. Your life experience is the life that you have right now. And as an older person, your dad is much older than me, like about a month and a half, a month and 3 days, actually. I'm curious because I've always thought men and women should be treated as equal. that was always my point of view, and in my whole existence, I never thought that a woman should be think of less, or a man should be thought of more. I know that I'm not stupid though, because I know people's interests lie in different things. Like women sometimes will tend to like a certain thing more than men, and it's a generalization, obviously. But and excuse me, and men will like certain things that a woman doesn't like, and that's cool. I just was curious at your age, what do you define as feminism? I guess that's my main question.
Okay. Well, I don't think that feminism is just equality. I think it can be rights in certain aspects. Like, I don't know what your guys' like opinion on a- abortion is, but I think that it is a woman's right to have that. It's her body and whatnot. And I think that's kind of a thing that's not just equality, it's also rights. So,
You think?
Okay, so besides abortion, because abortion is one of those push button things, like I can go on topics about abortion all day. Like, hey, you're an adult, you did this, you're not allowed to kill a life. That's the situation. Or, okay, it's your body, but why does a man have to pay half if you decide to keep it? Like, I can go down so many different roads.
Yeah, you can argue both sides.
But I don't care about that part. Let's leave abortion out, because that's such a hot button.
I just kind of use that as an example.
So give me some other examples of, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not putting you on. I'm actually curious on you as a younger woman, what your points of view on feminism is, and what do you see? Point B. What do you see in society now that you wish would change? I guess that's hugely important, right? So as somebody at your age, and who is obviously a strong female, very talented, by the way, ukulele was badass. You're welcome. What would you like to see changed for your generation? Like, what is it, something that you think that you're put behind the 8 ball in this society because you're a woman, that if you were a man, you wouldn't have that same, I don't know, I don't want to say rights. Rights is the wrong word. Advantages?
Equality of opportunity, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, do you find that there's something that irks you? You know what? Let's not even talk about rights. Let's talk about you as a woman. What irks you about today's society that you wish was different? Is that a better way to say that? I think that's a better way.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind of like an uncomfortable topic, but okay.
Well,
so
if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. I just
No, she's formulating. So
okay.
yeah.
So when like he was looking at the Wikipedia, it said sex positivity. That's a big thing of feminism nowadays. But like what I've noticed is that whenever women tend to like sleep around, they get shamed for it. They get slut shamed, and like all of these things that like make it seem like it's not right. But then whenever a guy sleeps around, has a lot of girls, they are praised. They think it makes some,
notches on their belt, notches on their bedpost. Like, hey, good job, dude. You nailed this many chicks, kind of thing. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So
like okay,
and I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to
don't
make sure I
know.
understood.
Like I just really feel like nobody should be shamed for it, because sex is something that everybody enjoys. So why be shamed for something that you enjoy doing,
Do you think that's an overall social point of view, or do you think there are voices maybe from the far right that say things like that? Or because when you say that, right, the first thing I think of when I mentally, so I split myself in two, right? Like I have a dad, I'm a dad. So the first thing I go is, well, I don't want my daughter to feel that she has to be that way. But the other part of me goes, yeah, well, if she wants to do whatever she wants to do, that's her right. So do you think that it's an overall social message, or do you think there are individual groups that will shame somebody for doing that? Because what right away comes to mind, right? Because we did trivia tonight, and segues are for kids and for mall cops, as we say on this program all the time. We heard a couple of songs from like Cardi B, right? So she takes that from one extreme to the freaking other, right? She taps the needle, right? She doesn't go, hey, you should be accepted for your points of view. Oh no, it's the thing to do to sleep around. Like, so there's that, oh my God, okay, everybody should have equal rights, but no, it's a woman's job to do that. Tap. Like, and
I don't know. Well, like for like Cardi B, you know, she did write a lot of songs about sex and stuff, but then male rappers always make songs about sex, about all
Right.
of these crazy stuff they do, and nobody bats an eye, you know?
right,
Nobody cares about it. But
right.
then as soon as a woman does it, they're like, ah, it's so bad. No, it's not.
So I guess that goes back to the question that I had. Do you think it's a certain section of people that judge, or you feel like they are judging women, or is an overall society thing? What's your opinion on that?
I kind of feel like it's an overall society thing because I feel like most people are taught from like a young age, you know, sex is bad and all of that. It doesn't matter what your view is, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like it's
If you were to, if
How do
you
I
were,
No,
explain
that's
that?
great.
No, you're
No,
doing
what
great.
you're saying,
You're doing great.
is awesome, because that means as a conservative, I have failed. I have failed to bring my point of view to the younger generation. And I think overall, I think as a conservative, and your dad's more of a libertarian, but I think I'm more of that old school conservative person, that I feel horrible that women and men feel differently about that, right? So sex shouldn't be just something. Now, again, this is conservative. I'm being conservative, but it's good to hear from somebody your age to let me know that, hey, obviously conservative isn't involved in rap at all, but your overall feel is it's not just that part of society, it's overall that makes you feel that way. That's terrible.
Think of middle school, right? So
It's
you've got
terrible.
middle schoolers are just vicious. They're going through puberty, they're sorting themselves out, they're taking sides, and you could have girls who are promiscuous already, but nobody's caught her, right? She hasn't been caught. And you find a weak one in the bunch who gets caught, and then everybody jumps on that same bandwagon because
Right.
it's a better you than me. So
Right.
even though I may be slut,
Doing the
I'm
same
gonna
thing
I'm
that
gonna
you
kick
are.
your ass in
Right.
front of everybody. 'Cause I don't want to be the one getting attacked.
Right. Right.
So I see it oftentimes as not necessarily something that comes from home. I think it's something that comes from survival.
Right.
And there's that survival period between sixth and eighth grade for sure, where these kids have been little together and now they're becoming big together. And
Right.
now these are new topics and new ideas. And I think the failure is how we're educating, or how we're allowing the schools to educate on sexuality
Right.
and on, all those topics. We hand it to the schools and say, well, yeah, you do it. Did they teach you how to put a tampon? No. Okay, well, your mom will have to do that. But outside of that, we're like,
Right.
there's this assumption that you went to summer school and you got a stamp that you understand,
Right.
how all this relates to just you as humans and in your tribe. But the tribe will kill the weak one, so the other ones can slink away
But
and
what
go do
you
the same
said,
behavior.
what you said was better. It wasn't even that like you got caught, and that was the statement you made is that's publicly known about you. So
Right.
let's take all of the heat off of me and put it on you because you got caught. And that's brutal. But middle school, I always tell the story, right? The first time I ever heard the word shit was in sixth grade. Or no, sixth grade when I was on the bus, and I was like, what does that mean? And I heard fuck, I heard all the bad words you could ever imagine in middle school was the first time, because my parents, not that they were religious, very conservative, but not religious, which is weird. That's a weird dichotomy, right? Super conservative, never swore in front of my kid, in front of me and my sister. And that's when I heard all the language, and I started to kind of like, what is that all about? Oh, I like that. I like the way that sounds or whatever. That sucks. And I think that's a failure in society overall. That everybody's different. Everybody, male, female, whatever, if you're trans, whatever, everybody's different.
Right.
Everybody is going to experience different things, and they're also going to be curious at different times, and they're going to get their information from different places. So it is, I guess, as a conservative, but I guess this is where I'm more libertarian, that whatever you want to do with you, for you, that's your business. That has nothing to do with me. I hear stuff all the time. We have certain things going on in our family right now that are very, very hot button items. And my mom will ask me about my daughter, and I'll go, that's none of my business. It's none of my business. It is absolutely none of my business. That is my daughter's decision to make, or my son's decision to make. That's none of my business. Now, my kids are much older than you. They're 22 and 27. But I've always felt like you're going to find your own way. You're going to discover what's right for you, what's comfortable for you. And the people you're going to talk to about it, you're going to have a certain sect of people, right, that you're going to rely on. Sometimes your friends, sometimes relatives, whatever. But overall, society should be very accepting of whatever decision you're going to make, because that has fucking nothing to do with my life, has nothing to do with my friend's life. It has totally to do with what you feel and how you are at this point in your life. And trust me, you're going to change 5 times over. One day you're going to like this, and then a couple of years down the line, you're like, I can't believe I fucking like that. That's how life is. Because
don't mock Panic at the Disco. I still like it.
Oh no, there are a couple good tracks. Because if you like Panic, you're gonna like Fall Out Boy.
Uh-huh.
And you may even like a couple other bands very similar to that, except Paramore, because I can't listen to those fucking girls at a live concert. I want to shoot myself in the fucking head. But that's the thing about life, right? Is that because you like something at, how old are you, 16?
Yeah.
Because you like something at 16, you may fucking despise it at 22. And then may like it again at 30. Life is
that's
going
the cycle, actually.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And as society, I think we need to stop putting labels. I think labels are fucking dangerous. Labels. We need to stop putting people in boxes, because you're going to be, and you should. And your dad will tell you he freaking was into something that he wasn't into at this point in his life. And then it changes because of life experience and the people around you, the things that you witness. Those are all things that develop you as a human being. And at 16, I have news for you. You're not an adult yet. You're going to find things.
She doesn't want to be.
And that's
stop
good.
Pushing me, please.
Right.
Slow it down.
I get it. But the thing is, though, I'm more of that sit back and wait kind of guy. Like I've always been. I sit there in the background, right? And I watched my kids grow up. And my big theory on my kids was, I am never to push them in a direction. I'm to support them in every way or any way, even if it's something completely different than I ever did. I'm there to support you. That's my job as a parent, is to support. I can guide when asked, especially at your age, now that you're 16 through 20. You're going to ask for opinions sometimes. You're not going to want them sometimes. You think you do, but you're not going to want them because you're not going to like the answer. You haven't formed as an adult yet. And that's cool. That's what my daughter wanted to be, a big cat vet, until she was 18 and went to her first year at school and went, Oh yeah, I don't want to fucking do that. And then she did autopsies. So that just tells you the difference. That's one extreme to the next. You have no idea. But the thing is that you always have to remember, and I know him pretty good, is that, and this isn't like a pro Jeff thing because that makes me nauseous every time I fucking do that. Oh my God. But you have to know that his brain is open enough to go, hey dad, I got a question about this. Hey, I feel this way about this. Is this wrong? What do you think about this? My daughter went to the number one most politically charged school when she went to high school. And at the time it was Cienega. They had walkouts like and this is years ago, but they had walkouts like the kids were protesting and all this stuff. And she goes, Dad, what do you think about this? I said, listen, I will never give you your opinion. I don't believe in it because I'm not you. I don't know where where you formed some of the ideas that you have, some of the things you've witnessed. However, before you ever fucking grab a sign and walk out and go, I'm protesting this, do me a favor. She goes, what's that? I said, come home, talk to me about it. If I don't know about it, we will look it up together. And I will go, hey, here's the information. Again, not forming your opinion. You're the one that's going to form your opinion because you know what? I'm not freaking you. Don't know what you've already put in your brain. And I think that's the best thing you can do as a parent is be there to support whatever decision they make. You could disagree with them all fucking day. That's the way the world works, right? Every generation is different. But I told her, before you go and walk out, before you protest, do me a favor. Come home and go, hey, Dad, they're looking to protest this. This is the topic. Oh, okay, let's look it up. Now, if I already have an opinion on it, I actually keep my mouth shut. And we research it and we do the stats and whatever. This happened, I would say, about 2 to 3 times when she was in high school. Because, again, she changes her opinion. Oh, I know that doesn't fucking matter to me. I could give 2 shits about that. Oh, this really matters to me a lot. I really feel strongly about this. Okay, let's look it up. Let's find out let's find out the actual statistics and the data on it. Because I'm not that smart. So let's figure it out. And I'd be like, okay. And well, Dad, there's a chance that I could get suspended. Well, do you really believe in this? Is this what you think? Well, not really. Well, then fuck you. You shouldn't get suspended for it. That's obviously not something that is passionate for you. However, and we still to this day, she's 27. She has different points of view on a lot of things that I do. A lot. And that's because she hasn't had kids yet and hasn't had to pay a mortgage and do all that shit yet. Things change. But I think overall, the message is that you are going to change your opinion on a lot of things several times as you get older. Use him as a resource, not as a decision maker, but a resource. And be like, hey, dude, that's lived twice as long as I have. What do you think of this? And that really is because that's 3 times as long. God, you're fucking old, dude. Oh my God. But you understand where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And still you don't find me funny. You're obnoxious. I hate her. She's not my friend.
Wait, what was funny? I don't understand.
Nothing.
Oh no, I'm kidding. I'm totally joking with you. No,
but John needs fake smiles. Just fake smile.
Okay.
Fake smile. Let me see it. Oh, that nice. No, but I mean that's the deal, right? And I think with your generation is so much different from ours because of the information that's available to you. I mean, you have no idea how much information is at your fingertips compared to what your dad and I had when we were in high school.
I went to college. I didn't have internet.
Right.
Access.
We didn't have internet. I would say 98, 99 is really when the internet started. And because my email address is jctii2000 2k2000. That's the first email address I ever got was in 2000. But somebody else had jctii2k. And I was like, what? Why would anybody else have that? It must have been something that was generated. So,
initials.
Hmm.
but yeah, the information, you have an unbelievable amount of information that is available at your fingertips. Just use a filter sometimes. I mean, that's just my point of view.
Go to DuckDuckGo and don't have a login. Then go look for information. You'd be amazed what you find.
Yeah.
They just give you the raw whatever. Like, oh, here's everything.
So, but it is interesting that she brought up a point about guys could sleep around, and that's like that was an issue. That was an issue when we were growing up. It absolutely was.
Well, I mean, think about the musical Grease.
Right.
It's played out in the 50s. It's played out, I don't know where it started. I don't know, 1800s. Maybe it goes back, I'm just picking.
And I think that has to do with guys' confidence, right? I think that really is where that stems from. Is that guys are crushed that they're not important. So guys live in this world where, yeah, that's another notch on the belt, another notch on the headboard. What do you mean you did that too? Wait a minute, I wasn't special to you? That really I didn't mean as much as I thought I meant to you.
Guys are far more sensitive than women when it comes to sex.
10 times more sensitive.
Now, women tend to fall in love. The emotions will happen that'll bond them more. And
correct.
If you know women who've been promiscuous, they'll tell you, yeah, it's brutal. But men are self-sabotaging. We're really hard on ourselves. Absolutely. We evaluate ourselves against imaginary foe, and we can't figure out how to win. And so when you're faced with a woman who's like, well, yeah, I mean, this is my experience. The instinct for a man who has less experience is I'm not going to measure up to anyone you've been with. Maybe I'll score out in the bottom quartile. But women are like, what are you talking about? Because most men won't say that. They won't say, hey, I'm intimidated by your sexual experience because I haven't had as much as you.
Right.
And I'm not sure I'm that good anyway. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're great. Like, it's
why
are you measuring yourself against something that women don't care about?
Right.
And we're like, society tells us to do it. Just like women measure themselves against what other women expect based on marketing and advertising, and it's women who come up with that. Like, why do you think you have to have a really skinny figure or whatever, big boob, small butt? Like, I don't know what it is, but whatever the models look like, that's men will look at them and go, yeah, they're beautiful, they're yeah, because they're doing sexy things. But then women who don't look like that make this assumption automatically that if I don't look like that, then I'm not beautiful and sexy.
Correct.
Like,
huge topic.
Absolutely not true.
Huge topic of discussion tonight was weddings.
Trivia. We were going to do trivia, but that's cool.
No. Weddings.
Oh, yours. Okay.
Hold on. So huge topic was weddings. And it was funny because Nicole was talking to me about it. And I was like, oh, let me just give you one piece of advice. Don't put your hair up. And she goes, what? I said, don't put your hair up. Because everybody puts their hair up as what I said, yeah, that's fucking gross. No guy likes that. Every guy, see the way that her hair is right now? Mm-hmm. That's what every guy likes is the hair down, full down, and then put a veil on and a wedding dress. That's fine. But this shit where you put in a bun like Princess Leia and all that, no guy thinks that's hot. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I'm like, every wedding magazine you've ever seen is fucking wrong. It's written by a woman. They have no idea what they're talking about. Oh, no, that doesn't seem right. I go, oh, really? I said, okay. I want you to ask a bunch of guys, what's better looking? Hair down, naturally like she has right now, or up in a fucking contorted bun, ridiculous thing where her forehead is sucked back and everything else? Let me know. And she goes, are you serious? I'm like, I'm telling you right now, because she's really serious with this dude that she's dating right now. And I'm like, yeah, don't put your hair up. Why? Because it's fucking gross. No guy likes that in the planet. Nobody likes that.
Well, someone must.
No, it's a female that writes the magazines for the wedding magazines. Because what attracts a guy?
What are they marketing though? You're missing like why?
Well, they're marketing the dresses, They're marketing the dresses. And if your hair is up, you can see more of the dress. That's what they're marketing.
You
They're
can see
marketing
more of
the
the dress,
makeup.
and then you have to eliminate variables on the woman and in the photo. So to
Correct.
eliminate variables, if they all have different colors, shape, hair,
Correct.
then hide it as much as possible under the hat. Now everyone wears a hat,
Correct.
but then there's also the
You make
marketing
me not want to
for-
wear a hat now. Jesus Christ, look what you just did. I'm a pretty woman. I'm a pretty princess. I am a pretty princess.
Smile.
Oh, she smiled. She laughed. I got
She
it.
did another one.
Oh, my son apparently is watching this because he told me nice poster behind my head. So
Nice.
yeah.
But think
So-
you're also selling hair products. You're also selling going to the
Makeup.
beauty salon.
Makeup.
Everything's
Huge.
being sold.
Right.
There's an entire industry around that. So
Right.
if you have to go get an updo that costs $250 for your wedding, and then so does everyone else because that's tradition.
Right.
It's just consumerism. It was created to sell a product, and the product is getting your hair done, getting this, getting curls, getting a perm.
Right. Right.
And there's all those
But-
things, but we just naturally do things that are traditional. But is the bride supposed to be dressed up for the groom, or is the bride dressed up for the family?
Well, that's a good question. That's a really good question. So, in my opinion, because I'm a feminist, we all know I'm a feminist, the bride should be dressed up for herself in the way that she wants to look,
She
is
should.
the way that she should be. Now,
Right.
if she gives a shit about what her spouse thinks, she'll ask him. But what I found in my experience is it went with whatever traditional ways were. And that's with the hair up, like ridiculous. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, your hair goes down halfway to your ass. That's hot. Why do you look like a 12-year-old boy right now? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, I made her laugh twice. Yes, this is like bonuses. All right, so you said trivia. What's your trivia? You had trivia questions?
Thanks. One last thing. Now that
Segways are for kids.
You
and mall cops.
in mall cops, that's right. I would say traditionally in America, in Europe, and then currently now worldwide, and in other countries that aren't well, they still hold on to their old traditions.
Right.
The father of the bride was selling
Right.
the bride to
Correct.
another family, so they would get something and give something, and there was this give and take. So traditionally, if you were presenting your daughter to be married into another family, and there's still arranged marriages, 100, it's huge. India, huge, like other parts of the world, they do this.
Yep.
You were presenting what your culture would say is the best version
Of you.
of that product, and that
Correct.
product is a bride to a groom, but it's a transaction between the fathers in those families. He's saying, what are you going to give me for her? What are you going to, what's it
Hence
going to
the
take?
dowry and things like that.
Correct. Dowry, all that. So
Right.
you're wrapping something up like it's a present. So at some point you're going to develop what that best gift looks like, and then that's going to be the tradition in that culture.
Right.
So of course we're all fourth wave feminists here. There's four. So we say, do what you want. You want to wear overalls, or
I don't know if I'm comfortable saying fourth wave because I don't know what the definition of that.
Well, it's like the Fourth Reich. So the
See, Kyle.
Russians
Okay,
were
fair
suppressing. No, it's not. Okay. Has nothing to do with being a Nazi. Okay. Well,
Wow, that was a touchy subject. Oh my God. Oh, is it because your daughter's there? I don't know. Some of the things you said about midgets earlier, I just
yeah, well, I
I
mean,
felt that anything was on the table.
I think it's important that you shame little people.
She's so confused. That's okay. So is he. Don't worry.
I'm not confused.
She's not confused. She's just no comment. She wants to be respectful to me.
All
She's like, I love
right.
you, Dad,"
So,
most of the time. I'll say we're gonna do some trivia.
okay.
Do we have anyone in chat? Let's see. Oh, there's a Missy, half up, half down.
I can't see
Let
anybody.
me share.
I
think-
can't see anybody
Give me,
in.
give me
yeah,
a fucking
nothing.
second.
Whoa, he's very aggressive. Do you ever? Is he always this aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly. Can you see it now?
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
Half up, half down. No, I'm
What?
sorry. Full
Not
down
even
hair.
half up.
I would no, absolutely not. No,
So it's going to take generations, or at least 2 generations, to change.
it drives me nuts. I've seen
How
these
often
magazines.
how often do you get married?
Once every like 28 years. Oh, she agrees all day. Okay. I
Right.
just that's your natural hair. Now, we had talked about Nicole and I had talked Nicole, and for those of you listening that don't know who Nicole is, she is probably my best friend on the planet. I've known her about 15 years. We've gone to probably 100 concerts together, gone to states, totally platonic friendship.
He believes that men and women can be friends, and he's proven it.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. 100%. Normally I wouldn't agree with that, but with Nicole, well, men are as they believe in platonic if that's the only option. I'm just saying. So we had talked about, we were talking about different hairstyles, and I said, you know what? Pigtails, not something you really want to do in public. I'm just saying, I'm a big fan of pigtails. Ponytail through the baseball cap, unbelievably cute. But what is
tomboy look?
Oh, tomboy look. But what's natural is just your hair down is the most attractive. That is what men are normally. And again, I'm only speaking for myself. I can only speak for myself. But that's what attracts a male to a female is that full head of hair, not not short, tight, because it looks like a dude. So I don't know. I just that's my opinion on that. So Zach, you should be in the chat room if you're on right now. You should definitely be in the chat room and throw some stuff up and throw some knowledge at me and make fun of your father
Right,
since you are listening. Yeah,
in.
but mine is thick. Most days just get in the way. No, that's just an extra handle, in my opinion. But no, it doesn't get in the way. That's absolutely incorrect. So, what was your trivia questions there, buddy?
Sean, she wants to know what happened to your hair.
On the day before my wedding, a really hot girl gave me a haircut, and it was a horrible haircut, absolutely horrible haircut. But it was one of those weird. I was 20. No, I got married in 94. So yes, I was 20. I got married in 94, and this chick was unbelievably hot and was straddling my leg while she was cutting and then hence shaving my head. And actually what she did was she shaved the sides, and my hair was short at the time. I used to have long hair at the bottom, but she shaved the side, and I didn't care what she was doing because it was so hot, and I was like, oh my God. And it was a terrible hairstyle, and I was like, got married, and then the next day I was like, well, this looks retarded. And I know we're not allowed to use that phrase anymore, but it did look retarded. So I shaved it completely, and I was like, oh, I actually have a pretty good rounded head, and that kind of oh, that's a pretty good look. All right, I'm gonna go with that. So since I was 20, I have shaved my head. So I mean, I have hair everywhere, but it's very thin in the middle. But I did that because of a hot girl giving me a haircut, and that's how simple-minded dudes are. It really is pretty much in a nutshell. I mean, I'm not lying, but now she like weighs what I do. So yeah, that's
sounds fun. Tons of fun.
No, that's tons of fun.
All right, trivia. You good?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna ask trivia questions. I think the people in chat look like Zach just joined.
Yeah.
And Mama Fox, there's a Missy. Who else is watching? We got a few people in chat. Cunty 1201. Who's that?
I don't know.
Whatever. Hey, thanks for being here. And then yeah, the rest apparently is just me watching this thing. So yeah, don't be nervous.
Apparently he has multiple personalities there.
How the fuck do you get back? Oh, wrong one. Don't let me touch things. I will F them up. Broadcaster has what? What is this?
There's a girl with a cow there. I
Broadcaster
don't know what that was
Communications
about.
channel is intended for mature audiences. Well, not like actually mature, but like at least old enough to hear offensive things. Mature would be the opposite. It's for immature audiences. Do you like dick and fart jokes? It'll be fun. Oh, I'm seeing my own commercials. This is fun. Let's see. This is gonna make me a nickel. Not today though. Well, I'm about to get paid out for 5 months of advertising.
Oh, that looked good. Is this like Smash Burger or something?
$100 is about to come to my bank account.
Nice.
A good thing I've only put like
Oh,
$7
Culver's.
into this.
Nice.
Subscribe.
Problem with Culver's is if you squish down the burgers like that, you got to get a triple to taste any kind of meat whatsoever.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I don't know, but I'm there
What
twice.
just
That's a
happened?
scary freaking thing.
wait, how do I
Oh.
get out of this?
It's like the Matrix.
Look, yeah, it's just going on. Here we go. All right, my head's gonna explode. I have to stop looking at that. Trivia. You can play. This is the way it's gonna go. I'm gonna be the announcer. What the hell?
Just turn off the audio.
There you are, correcting me. You were right. All right. Oh, I just shut chat off, didn't I? I'm sorry. I broke it. We can't have nice things, John. This is why. This is why.
I don't feel any of this is my fault.
I should prepare it.
Haley, is it my fault?
Yep, definitely.
Good girl. I'm gonna get you a new car.
I don't even have a car.
You don't want a car?
No, I definitely do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm gonna go start hooking. I don't know what that means. I think that means picking up things. All right. Let's see. Chat.restream.io. Let's go back into it so we can see you guys. We're gonna ask and answer trivia. Your name is your buzzer. So this is how it goes. I say, okay, trivia question number 1, blah, 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 blah. When I'm done speaking, if you think you know the answer, then you say your name first. And then you guys want it. Let's practice. Okay.
Okay.
Act like you both know the answer to my question.
Okay.
Question. What way is up?
John,
Haley.
Haley. I heard her first.
you're so full of shit.
No. You may have a delay. She may have the advantage of being in my ear and not on screen. So she might beat you consistently. We'll see. We'll see. You're gonna have to go fast. You probably got a quarter second delay. So I'll be Haley, what's the answer? Good job. Yes. All right. Yay. And then if either of you don't get it, if she doesn't get it, she's wrong, then John, you steal. John, then you give the answer. If neither of you get it, now we go to chat. Now they've had the advantage, they can cheat and look it up if they're fast enough.
Okay.
Go to chat, and the first one to drop an answer wins. The correct
Okay.
answer. So let me pull them back up so they can play along. It's going to be a random topic. So what the F is this? I don't need a discount. I need my chat. Multi-stream chat.
Maybe it's the second one.
Maybe I don't like this anymore. Chat. There we go. Coming back. Coming back hard again.
I had a comment for that, but I'll leave it alone.
You did? Yeah, leave it alone. Can't be good. Hey, do you guys remember the Tumblr? You remember Tumblr?
I never had it.
Oh,
It was like very popular when I was really little,
yeah.
you know, so.
I think Tumblr had a lot of adult things. So that it was kind of like where the hell is the
You're such an old man.
wow.
I'm sorry.
So much older than me.
the F? All right, you guys can see.
Don't mean to see it from my phone.
No, I think we're good. You can see chat. Yeah,
Oh, it just says hooray. The chat is waiting for new messages.
yeah, they'll pop back up. Say hello. Say hello
Hello.
to my little friends. Okay, so trivia. Name is your buzzer. Are you ready? Ready,
Yes.
Haley? Yes.
Yes.
John.
Uh-huh.
All right. In what state does Will Schuster from Glee live? Go,
Haley,
Haley.
Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio. That is correct. Good job.
Nerd.
Number two random trivia quiz. Also from Glee, strangely. Who is Santana talking to when she says your mustache is thicker than a Middle Eastern dictator? Who's she talking
Haley?
to? Haley?
Sue.
Ooh, sorry, that'd be Rachel Berry. Oh shit. I'm sorry, John. I didn't give you a chance to steal.
That's all right. I have no idea about anything for Glee except for the one guy I think killed himself. That was about it.
There was two.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. See, that's how little I know about Glee.
What? Who are the two that often?
So the actor for Finn Hudson, which was Corey Monteith.
Monty? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that he purposely killed himself. He overdosed on heroin in a hotel room. And then there was a second one. I totally forgot his name, but he played Puck and he got caught with,
Child porn.
am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
On here? Okay,
Yeah.
child porn. And then the day before his trial, he killed himself. So
That's a great show.
Now this wasn't on the show. He was already off the show. The
Gotcha.
second one. The other.
Oh,
guy
maybe
was on
they
hiatus.
use that as a subject matter for the show.
Did they how did they address Corey Monteith dying of an overdose
they
based on
actually,
the character?
They did a tribute, didn't they?
yeah, it was in season 5. But yeah, so they did an episode. They never said how he died. They just kind of like did something where like they all mourn for him and then like they all see songs about how sad they are. So they didn't like create a death for the character. It just happened.
Mark Salem played Puck. There you go. Here, I'll blow that
Oh,
up.
yeah, there you go.
John, are you ready?
Yeah.
Did you think you? I mean, good job, Haley. Yeah. No.
Good job, Haley.
Ooh, feel so proud.
Yeah. All right. In a night of neglect. Oh, this is a Glee question.
Oh my God! Can we go somewhere besides Glee?
Celine Dion's "All by Myself" is performed by which supporting character?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to help on that.
Hold on. I got this.
I hope so.
All by myself.
I'm gonna make a guess. Oh, Haley,
Haley.
make a complete random guess.
Okay.
Blaine.
John, you want to steal?
Mark.
Oh, so close. Chat. In a night of neglect, Celine Dion's "All by Myself" is performed by which supporting character on Glee? I'm enjoying it.
I don't know. Vixen agrees with John. Enough with the Glee fucking questions.
Hey, you know what? Haley went through feminism for 45 minutes, so I think
It was
we should do
not
Glee
45
trivia.
minutes.
It was.
It was.
It was.
Oh, you know what? Now you're gonna make me feel bad. I thought I was being really like.
I
It was.
enjoyed the
It was a great conversation. I
Oh.
just told her we were going to play Glee, and I would then release her Glee trivia. And I would release her in 10 minutes to go back and hang out with her sister. It was a great conversation. It just she's a trooper, so don't look like I killed your puppy. You can make up some answers and make it fun.
Why don't you just like try a little bit?
Try a little.
Make up characters.
I've never seen an episode of Glee.
You don't
You
have to be
should.
right to be entertaining. You can make shit
Oh,
up. and
okay,
act like
gotcha.
it's true.
All right, fair enough. You know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I'm stupid. You're pretty.
Wait,
Sunshine.
Sunshine? Really?
Yes, it was Sunshine.
How did I not know that?
Sunshine Corazon.
You have failed, Haley.
Wow.
Failed.
I'm so disappointed in myself right now.
You should.
You should probably. No, we can't talk about threats of violence. So it's against terms of
Wait,
service.
so was Blaine even a character by then?
This is a night of neglect.
It was probably in season 2,
Oh,
right?
you know what? This multiple choice. I can give you guys multiple choice.
Oh,
Oh,
great.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my bad. I was so intent on watching John just suffer. Like, what is happening? I want trivia. I know. Sorry. All right, ready? Which of these New Direction members did not perform Good Vibrations? Multiple choice. Was it Quinn, Mercedes, Puck, or Finn? Name is
Are we still on fucking Glee?
Yeah.
You're a dick. We're gonna go with Puck.
You have to say your name.
My name's John.
John.
I'm an alcoholic.
Welcome, John.
Thanks.
This is your probation for getting a second DUI. So
Yes.
welcome to it. It's gonna feel like hell. It's gonna be like hanging out with 16-year-olds and talking about Glee.
Yeah, no, it feels that way already. I'm gonna go with Puck. Just I think the name is cool.
He's the chomo who offed himself.
Oh, I think it's double cool now.
Double cool. No,
He was
it's
dead,
great.
so he couldn't perform the song. Oh, is that dark? That was dark.
No, it is not Puck. So
Oh.
anyone want to steal?
Come on, Haley. What's the answer?
Can you tell me the names
Quinn,
again?
Mercedes, Puck, or Finn? Which of them did not perform Good Vibrations?
I feel like it's no, it's not Finn. Quinn. No, I don't know. Wait, can you say them one more time?
Yes.
Wow.
The options are Quinn, Mercedes, Puck, or Finn. We already eliminated Puck. So Quinn, Mercedes, or Finn.
All right, I'll say it's Finn.
Picture it in your head. Picture the scene.
I can't remember it, so I'm saying Finn.
The answer is Finn. Yay!
Yeah.
All right, two
Great.
more.
Great job, Haley.
You know what? Let's should we throw him a bone? I do have a music trivia, 90s music trivia, 80s music trivia.
Well, that's not fair to her because she
Oh, that's
wasn't born
I
anywhere
think
near
that
the
I would
90s.
do okay with the 90s, maybe.
Oh,
Like definitely not great, but I'll get a few right.
You'll have a fighting chance.
Uh,
You have good musical taste. All right, here we go. We're gonna do some music trivia so John doesn't go walk into traffic.
especially this time of night, I'll be like standing in a row by myself, like somebody hit me.
until
I don't
sunrise.
want to hear another Glee question. Please kill me with a big truck.
Let's see.
yeah, just talking to the mic, Dad.
What?
Talking to the mic.
I love when she corrects you.
That's fine. I can handle it.
Oh, that's a sexy ass voice right there.
I can handle it. I'm smart. I'm not dumb like they say.
Wow.
Where's that from? I can handle things. I'm smart. I'm not dumb.
They say that they can't.
What
Oh,
movie?
never mind. It works now.
What movie?
I have no idea.
Mikey, I'm not dumb, Mikey. I'm smart. Godfather. Fredo, he was upset because he never got to run the cool shit because he was dumb. And then Michael Corleone had his brother whacked. Yeah. You never saw The Godfather?
No, I did. And as soon as you said Godfather, I realized it was Fredo that was saying it, but you just kept talking. So I just let it
Oh
go.
my gosh. What happened to you? You went into a depression rather quickly. All right.
Apparently Glee does that to a guy. I don't know.
Glee offers Glee to a 16-year-old girl, just so you know.
Well, I'm just saying to a 48-year-old guy, Glee does the opposite to what it does to a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah. So we found his kryptonite.
Man,
Don't stop.
believe in.
Good job.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks.
All right. Name two bands which the musician Dave Grohl has been a part of.
John,
John.
Foo Fighters and Nirvana.
Yeah. Good job.
Thanks.
No. Mhm. What are the names of the brothers in the group Oasis?
Oh, I have no fucking clue.
I don't know either.
Chat.
Chat room, this is your opportunity to steal this question
Here
from
we
the
go.
two contestants that right now, a 16-year-old girl sitting in Jeff's apartment, or John who's sitting
The
alone
house.
in his office,
This is the
who
house.
can steal this question?
This is a freestanding building. It's a house.
Oh, is that a house? I thought it was an
Yeah.
apartment.
All right. Thanks.
That's
Oh,
rough.
so we're Jeff in the projects, or it's
There you
John
go.
in his office. That's
No, we're
right.
on the edge. We're on the edge of the projects. You can hear the gunfire, but it's across the street.
That's right. It's only reverberation between the buildings that you can hear that gunfire. It's the Gallagher brothers from Fox in the chat.
Liam and Noel Gallagher. That is correct.
That is correct there, Miss Fox. That is correct.
All right. Originally, Glee question.
Oh my God.
Whose
Hold on.
idea?
Hold on.
Whose idea is it to sing CeeLo Green's "Forget You" in The Substitute?
That's not the original song, by the
That's
way.
"Fuck You."
Oh yeah.
Haley.
It was Miss Holiday. Nope. Shh. It was Puck
That is Puck. That is correct.
with the
Ouch.
sub Miss Holiday.
The substitute was Miss Holiday.
I'm pretty sure that's what her name is. She was played by Kristen Chenoweth.
Oh, Christian Chenoweth. Yeah.
Wait. No. No.
Oh, no, not the
No.
blonde.
That
not
was April.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Hold on. I got this.
Glee is her happy place.
It is.
She's taking a break. She's only watched it how many times?
4.
4 times.
Did they do a Rocky Horror Picture Show Glee?
They
Yes.
did, and it was so uncomfortable.
Oh, that's not where I expected that conversation to go.
Gwyneth Paltrow. That's what I meant.
Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
Oh, so wait. So I am a Rocky Horror Picture
Me too.
fanatic.
I love.
Have you
Rocky
been to
Horror.
the loft?
She
Yeah.
doesn't-
No, I want to.
Oh, Jeffrey.
So bad.
Jeffrey.
Yeah. Let's take her. Let's do
You
it.
will take your daughter, and I will take my niece. My niece
Okay.
is dying to go.
Okay.
I would love to go. So when I
Yeah,
was
I haven't been
when I was
here.
12 years old, I went for the first time. It was with a church group. I am not kidding. I am not kidding.
The church group.
Jeez.
With a church
I'm a
group.
sweet transvestite.
Oh, and I fell in love. Oh no, see, I'm more of a fan of the there's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Like that is a song that hooked me big time. But I went,
Remember? And
Oh.
you gotta warn everybody.
we had newspaper, we had rice, we had squirt guns, we had the whole nine. I fell in love with the pageantry of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, when I was 12, did I understand it all? Absolutely not. But even as I got older, when I went to school at a very liberal arts school, very liberal arts,
Very.
I brought Rocky Horror to them. And every Halloween, we would do it outside. And I would set up with, everybody would have their little gift bags of all the stuff they needed. And the lines that you would hear people throw out, I was like, oh my God, I never heard that before. I fell in love because it's such great improv too. Oh, love Rocky Horror. So yeah, we need to organize that because my niece is dying to go and nobody in the family will take her. I keep telling her, tell me when you're available on a Saturday night. I will absolutely take you to that. Now, the rule of thumb is, though, in Tucson, Arizona, at the loft, you
Right down the street from my house.
do not let them know you're a virgin because they're pretty hardcore here in Tucson, Arizona. I witnessed a friend of mine who Jeffrey knows, have to make out with another dude on stage because he was a virgin. And I told him that, hey, I don't know what their deal is here. Just don't tell them you're a virgin. Say, no, you're not a virgin. And this really hot girl, I mean, freaking 10, walked around and was like, hey, have you ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show? And I had already told him.
They don't mean sexual virgin. Like never be to the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Rocky Horror Picture Show live before? And I told him, whatever you do, just tell him, yes, you've seen it. Because I don't know what they're going to do here. And I kind of feel responsible because I got you to come with us to go see this. And he's like, oh, fuck you. I'm going to say no. while they spin this wheel of doom on the stage, make out with the same sex, and he had to kiss another dude. He swears he didn't do it. I have pictures to prove that he did. So the rule of thumb is always listen to John when he's looking out for you, because I'm
You
just
won't lead you astray.
yeah, no, I will not, because I said to him, I'm like, listen, I really want you to enjoy this like I do. I love the music. Oh my God, do I love the music. And I was like, I don't know what they do here. So just say, no, you're not a virgin. So she put this little lipstick thing on his face. And when we went inside, and it happened to be it was at the Loft in the giant theater.
Oh, sorry.
There was over 500 people there, 250 virgins.
Damn.
So the movie did not go on until about 1:30 in the morning. It's supposed to start at midnight because that's how many virgins there were. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, I need another beer. Oh my God. Look what, oh, wait a minute. There are two girls doing that. That's kind of hot. Anyway, Rocky Horror Picture Show, I am definitely in, and I will bring my niece because she's dying to see it live. So Haley, we will go if you want to go.
Heck yeah.
It'll be Haley and Hannah.
Oh, both of them are going to want to go?
Oh hell yeah, they're both musical fanatics. So,
The music is so amazing. Richard O'Brien is just a genius. Go ahead. Sorry, I got on a tangent. I apologize.
Glee. All right.
Oh,
right.
fuck.
No, that's a regular question. Why was the video Like a Prayer by Madonna criticized by the Vatican?
John, because I think it implied that a priest was sexually active with one of their
Flock?
one of their flock. That's what I would say.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Anyone else? Chat? Go. Why was or Haley, why was the video Like a Prayer by Madonna criticized by the Vatican?
I've never seen the video.
Like
so-
a virgin.
Do you know who
no,
did a
that's
cover
not
of
the same song.
that? Glee did a cover of that.
Oh, Glee.
Christ.
Christ on a cross. Yes. It features a black Christ and burning crosses.
Oh, really?
Yes. Everyone knows that Jesus came from northern Italy and he's blonde hair, blue eyed, obviously.
I think he was more from Israel, so he would be a bit
So you're
browner.
saying more like
He
the
should be
swarthy,
browner.
dark skinned,
He
curly
should have been
haired
browner. Yes.
Palestinian looking people? That's crazy.
Blasphemy!
That's
Blasphemy!
crazy.
You.
Stop that. No, he was blonde and blonde hair, blue eyes. He was obviously because he had blue eyes because he was a Jew. What color are your eyes?
Blue. And
Hey!
look at this nose.
Look at that nose.
Oh, that's got to be a Jew nose.
That's yeah.
Got to be a Jew nose.
It's got to be. Dude, 23andMe.
I know. I still got to do it.
All right. Which artist had hits in 1982 with I Guess That's Why They Call It the Blues and I'm Still Standing?
Elton John.
I was gonna say that. You didn't say your name.
I said John. Elton John.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that you said his last name.
Yeah,
and
John,
then-
Elton John, Bond, James Bond.
Yeah, like that.
Well, I can't take the delay. The delay is there, and I thought you were going to steal it from me, and I couldn't allow that.
All you got to do is you say your name, and then
First vinyl album I ever heard was Yellow Brick Road. What's the full title of that?
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And I heard Candle in the Wind for the first time. I was 10 years old, and I heard that on vinyl, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing music. Different than I'd ever heard. And then all of a sudden, all that stuff became hits. But my aunt, was only 11 years older than me, so she would only have been 21. She played it for me, and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing music.
So Haley,
What's vinyl?
What episode?
Shut up.
In what episode of Glee did they use the song "I'm Still Standing"? And what was the scenario?
Okay. It was probably the episode after Finn and Rachel almost got married, but then Quinn got into a car accident. But
Wasn't it 17?
No. We're talking about a different thing.
I'm still standing.
No. We were talking about Total Eclipse of the Heart, which was season 1, episode 17.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
that one was when Quinn got put into a wheelchair because she got into a car accident going to her friend's wedding. And then her and this other guy, Artie, who was also in a wheelchair, saying, "I'm still standing."
Is
I
that
think it was
ironic?
season 3, sung by Artie and Quinn. I mean, that's my
I
opinion.
was thinking season 3, but I don't know what episode. Like 12. No, not 12.
I can tell you that it was released on April 10th of 2012. That's what I can tell you.
Wow.
You really know your Glee, huh?
You know your Glee, sir. All right. Complete the name of this Billy Ocean song.
Oh,
When the going gets tough, the tough.
John.
John.
The Tough Get Going.
That is correct, sir.
That is from Romancing the Stone. I want to say 2.
The Jewel of the Nile.
That is Romancing the Stone 2. That is correct. Hooah!
The comment. I want to talk about that comment.
Fun fact, Artie was the best dancer out of all the actors, and he played the kid in the wheelchair.
So
Take it away.
Artie's actor was actually like a professional dancer. He and also he was in a boy band. That's really weird.
Do you know
But,
what boy band?
Yeah, so I think it's really funny that he is a professional dancer, but then got put into a wheelchair. You know, his character's in a wheelchair, so he got to dance like once. It was like one episode.
A dream sequence where
Yeah, it
he
was a dream
thought
sequence.
he could still walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Like, what? I wonder what role he was going for. And then they're like, "Well, we've got this left."
You know that? No, sorry. I won't say more Glee facts. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Glee fact. And then we'll
Okay.
do more rock music. Go.
Kurt's actor actually wanted to be Artie. He like auditioned for that, but what is the creator's name? Something Ryan.
Seacrest?
No.
Oh, he also created American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy.
He liked
Irish lad.
Kurt's actor so much that he just created a character for him. to
That's
have on
cool.
the show. Yeah.
And Kurt was the what character? Which character was he?
The stereotypical gay guy.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
You know, that is my favorite story, not for Glee, but for all TV series, when somebody just hits so hard, or even movies. It's happened in movies, right? Where somebody hits so hard and so good, the guy who created it, or the gal that created it, that was so sexist of me. But all of a sudden they're like, you need to stick around and we need to write more shit for you immediately. That is my favorite shit. And it's happened in Marvel movies. It's happened across the board where somebody is so good and they realize it, that they're like, oh, fuck, I know you're supposed to die in this season, but we need to keep you on because you're really good at this.
Harrison Ford in Star Wars.
Oh, really?
He had done some acting here and there, but he was a carpenter by trade. He was hanging doors in the studios, and they were like, "Hey, will you read with these guys?" And he started reading with the people reading for Han Solo.
Right.
And then eventually they're like, "We can't see anyone other than you doing this."
So
he went from, I think he had done
American Graffiti.
Yeah, he had done a couple, but
Yeah, he did. American Graffiti. That was it.
that was his first one, right?
Yep, that was his first movie.
And
But he was a carpenter.
Matthew McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. He was hired
awesome
for one
story.
line.
Yep.
And then he made up the line. He's like, I got my car, I got my smokes, I got my music.
Yep.
All right.
That's awesome. When
they kept him on and kept giving him more scenes.
But that's creativity, right? That's what movies are supposed to be. That's what cinema is supposed to be, is that you live in that exact moment. You may have had this plan from the beginning, but when all of a sudden something happens out of left field, it is, that is awesome and righteous.
Yeah, when you give them room for collaboration, and then
awesome.
like, all right, we'll just do a couple however you want to do it. And they're like, oh, that's better.
Right.
And now your character is forever.
That's
They define themselves. Haley's a big film theory fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
music theory, film theory. She gets the motif. She made me realize things about movies that I didn't before. And she's like, nothing happens on accident. All the color, the color of the walls, object, everything
So
has a motif that is telling the story, whether
I
you're listening to the
disagree.
words or not.
I disagree. The finished product is not by accident, but to get there happens by accident a lot. Where all of a sudden somebody realizes, oh my God, Harrison Ford was a great example of what you just talked about. So the finished product isn't by accident, but getting to that finished product sometimes is a happy accident. Absolutely, it is.
Right. It's not necessarily, you're not going to be like necessarily like Quentin Tarantino,
Right.
where he goes to downtown LA and he turns the entire block into 1969, and every object that you can possibly see in or out of sight of the cameras has been purposely placed,
Oh, yeah.
painstakingly detailed, down to the type of fruit, the type of cigarettes, the everything. So some are very, very deliberate. Some are you'll stumble upon something that works.
A great example of that is Joss Whedon with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I don't know if anybody's a big Buffy fan, but I loved the whole premise of it.
Man. I'm just no.
Well, you obviously don't like to watch shows with hot chicks in it, obviously. So Spike, who is the villain,
the blonde-haired vampire, James Marsden.
Oh, wow, amazing how you know that. And then went on to Angel.
He narrated books from the what's the fucking wizard books. What the hell are they called?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
The guy's name is like Harry. There's this whole series of wizard books, and James Marsden has narrated all of them.
Did you just say Harry Potter, and then I said Harry Potter, and you
it's not Harry Potter.
It's Harry.
What?
It's not Harry Potter.
Is
You
it?
said the guy's name is
Percy
Harry.
Jackson?
Yeah, I think it's right with the name. Let's see.
Did you say Percy Jackson?
I thought maybe, but they're not really wizards. They're like
Yeah, he's not a wizard.
yeah, they're
He's
like
a half god.
gods and stuff.
Yeah, Percy Jackson's a half god, not a wizard. But anyway,
Yeah, they're demigods.
but Spike was supposed to only be a one and done kind of situation, and the ratings went nuts when Spike was on screen. So
his platinum blonde flat top.
Just because he was badass, he was a great anti-hero, and so not only did he stay on Buffy, then they wrote him into Angel. So that's another happy accident, right? You have to go with the flow. You have to understand what your audience likes, and the finished product is him being in a ton of episodes. So, but
Jim Butcher wrote the Dresden Files.
Oh,
and
unbelievable show.
James Marshall's a narrator. He's perfect. He's perfect.
Unbelievable show, but it had like 12 episodes, and that was it.
I think less. I was so excited when I found it. I was like something like 6,
so
and I'm
good.
like, oh no!
Yeah.
I enjoy the books a lot. I'm not usually a fantasy.
Yeah, I don't know how to read.
Sort of person.
I wouldn't be there with you.
Audiobooks. That's why I listen to somebody. Tell
okay,
me the
James Marsden and the Masters. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotta love Buffy. Buffy was a great show, and the movie was pretty good too.
I saw the movie because Luke Perry was dreamy.
And David Arquette.
Dreamy. I wound up with a Luke Perry framed poster on the back of my door when I lived with my folks, because I went with like Bucky and my buddy Bob, and they were like, "What do you think of the movie?" And I was like, "I don't know why. I'm like fascinated with Luke Perry. Like he's cool. He's got this cool 50s vibe going on." And I knew he was on 90210. I didn't watch him on that. I was like, he was really good. And they're like, you have a crush on Luke Perry? I'm like, no. I'm like 17. Like, no, you guys are stupid. Like, oh, you think he's dreaming, don't you? I was like, stop. You guys are stupid. I just thought he was a good actor. And then in 7 seconds, I mean, that's how long I lasted. You know, he was good as a cowboy too, like riding.
See, you gave me the rights to say whatever I want now, because you just said you lasted 7 seconds.
So I wind up
on that horse,
for
right?
my birthday. I'm opening up fucking presents from, which was weird because as teenagers we didn't get each other presents. You know, that was over. But I got a rando present. And I'm opening it up, and sure enough, Luke Perry framed, and it says "He's so dreamy" written across his chest. Like, you're gonna put it up in your bedroom and you're gonna leave it there. I was like, oh man.
Oh my God, Luke Perry, he died.
He died of cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like 54.
You know, his son
Yeah,
is
sad.
a professional wrestler called Jungle Boy in AEW wrestling, and he is what a lot of people consider the new wave of wrestling. I'm 48. Oh, gonna be 48, and love wrestling still because I love storytelling, and he is an excellent wrestler, really, really good. And his dad, the greatest part about that is dad got him into wrestling because his dad was a huge fan of WWE.
Luke Perry. He's so dreamy. Well, when I finally threw that out like 10 years later, I kept dragging it around from place to place. And I think I was marrying her mom. She was like, really? Do we have to take? There was two things Bob gave me. Bob gave me Luke Perry. He's so dreamy. And then he did a oil painting of a woman spread eagled on her back and her hoo-ha right dead center in that boat in the picture. He brought me that when I lived with my grandmother and demanded that I put it up in my room at the apartment where I lived with my grandmother. I'm like, dude, I am not putting an oil painting of a vagina on the wall. He's like, you are, because it's art. You need art in your life. And I'm like, no, I'll take another Luke Perry poster over this. And he's like, do it. You support your friends. I'm like, fine. I put it up on the wall. Of course, we left. My grandmother used to go steal my cigarettes. So I come home and I'm like, hey, grandma, I'm back. She's like, just so you know, you don't have to hide the oil painting. I think it's really well done. I was like, what? And Bob's like, yeah.
Even the way that it's
he called my grandmother the Silver Beaver because
oh, so Jeff Coy's mom's really hot, and apparently grandmama on the Jeffrey Sinatra side was hot.
Yeah, no.
Was she a cougar, or
No.
what we'd call a saber tooth?
Apparently, according to Bob Richardson, the Silver Beaver.
Okay, so the chat room just said, yep, but more than Missy's 3. Anything's better than my 3. What the hell does that mean in the chat room?
Oh, but 3 minutes.
Oh.
3 minutes.
Well, that's a sandwich and a Gatorade, I think, halfway through. But go ahead. What's the next trivia question there you got there, Jeffrey?
Next trivia question is Glee. Which character transfers to an all-boys private school in season 2? Haley.
Kurt.
That is correct. Outstanding. All right.
Haley, you are a Glee master.
She is. It's her happy place. So she's giving it up for Lent, and we're not even Catholic.
Wait, what?
You're during the season of Lent, if you're Catholic, you don't eat meat.
40 days and 40 nights, is that correct?
Yeah. You don't eat meat, and then you give up something that is a sacrifice. So that's
you're giving up Glee. I don't know if you know this.
Because you love it so much, you would.
However, I think Lent is near Easter, so I think it's good right now.
What is the name of the 1992 hit single by Shakespeare's Sister? Chat.
Yeah, I have
Here's your chance, Zach.
Never heard of Shakespeare's Sister. So
yeah, well, if you were paying attention to other than thrash metal.
In 92?
Yeah. It's when you graduated from high school.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cooley High Harmony.
No, 92. I was into Megadeth and Metallica. You're correct. Thrash metal. You are. I was proving your point, Dick. You didn't have to be like.
Hey, you know what? It's a lot of pressure being the host. The hostess with the moistest.
Ooh, girls don't like the word
moist.
They don't like that.
Yeah. Who co-produced Summertime with Will Smith?
I'm going to say John.
DJ
Jazzy Jeff?
That is correct.
Ah,
TJ Jazzy Jeff in the fresh Prince. Okay, let's see. Down here,
Glee question.
down here. I've got some 40th birthday quizzes, and I got a box of dad jokes. All right. So this is going to be 80s TV and film. A couple questions, and we'll go back to Glee. What 1989 action film stars Patrick Swayze as a cooler? He was a cooler.
Well, I'm gonna go John. And a
John.
cooler would be for Roadhouse.
That is correct. Roadhouse is correct.
Roadhouse.
He was so dreamy too.
So cooler is used for the boss of the bouncers, but it also is somebody that the casinos put at a table that somebody's hot and
Right.
it will ruin their streak by putting them at the table. So that is
Right.
also a cooler.
Very nice. What was the title of the first of the Rambo movies starring Sylvester Stallone?
John
John.
Rambo First Blood.
First Blood is correct.
I cried. It's the first movie I ever cried at, ever. When he's
Why?
describing holding his friends in Vietnam that had been blown to pieces.
Yeah.
I was hysterical crying because a teacher of mine in 6th grade said, you should really watch this movie. It's very emotional. My parents went out for the night. I watched it on HBO. They come home and I'm in the living room, hysterical crying. And my dad's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm like, oh, wow, look at her laugh at my freaking pain. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was like, he's explaining how he's holding his friends together and he
He's
got
dark.
blown up. And I was devastated.
Like, John, what happened? Oh, my teacher touched my heart.
He was pretty too. What? Go ahead.
What?
Moist.
Nope. Turn that off.
All right,
She's
sorry.
like, nope. Goes sexual. It goes weird. I don't like it.
Okay.
But if you cry, you tell me about your pain as a child. She'll laugh her ass off.
yeah, apparently
that.
she thinks it's good. Sexual advances at my teacher wasn't really good, but
No, she's
apparently,
not.
if you cry at a film, John, you're a pussy. I see how it works. Nice.
Yeah. She's not pro chomo, but she's like pro
Yeah.
your pain, specifically
Yeah,
yours.
that's okay. Whatever makes you smile and laugh. I do it all for the fucking laughter. Oh my God.
she's like, so how was last night Haley on the show? She's like, I liked it when John was uncomfortable.
I liked it when John cried and he
John cried was funny.
himself. I just called him a big pussy. He's funny.
Yeah, we should start with the crying and then like do like political shit like never.
Later, like everybody, that's our hook. John, watch a bald fat guy cry live
go.
on Twitch.
Next. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. When the Glee Club members are assigned partners to
Right.
perform a ballad, somebody thought, I could totally sing this song with Finn, but screw him if he thinks he's taking the Diana Ross part for me.
John,
Who thought this? John.
Quinn.
Haley,
Haley.
Kurt.
Kurt, that is correct.
God damn it.
Good. Nice. You're at least remembering names to at least throw
Yeah, I
it
know.
out there.
I had
Trying.
Quinn, Finn. Yeah, that's all I had right now.
What?
Quinn, Finn, Puck, Duck. Yeah, they all had those single syllable names,
I tried.
which was cool. Nice. No, I appreciate that. That was really good. All right. You can try and make up answer too if you like, if you don't know it.
Okay.
In which romantic comedy does Uma Thurman swap personas with a radio host to fool a love interest?
Haley.
Haley.
I don't know why I said my name.
Make up words.
Because it's a lovely name. That's why. Swatch with a
I
radio.
don't know. I can't think of anything. Never mind. Annabelle.
Annabelle. Let me think. Okay, Annabelle. In which romantic comedy? I don't remember Annabelle being a romantic comedy. That tickled. I got tickled.
She said-
Swap personas with a radio host to fool a love interest. Not Annabelle. Anyone for the steal?
With a radio. I don't remember Uma Thurman being in any movie with a radio thing going.
The radio host, right? Yeah.
Right, but I don't remember anything like that. Oh, I do.
Oh,
It's going to be. I'm
your
going to
name
go
is John. John.
John.
Got you.
Something about cats and dogs.
Yes, that is correct.
Is it? What is it called?
It's the truth
Oh, but that's what it's called. The
about
truth.
that. The truth about cats and dogs.
Oh, the truth again. John Cusack. I don't
Was
remember.
Cusack in it?
Yeah,
Oh.
Cusack's in it.
Janine Garofalo played the radio.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know who the other
tall,
dude
skinny,
is.
blonde, and like short, squatty.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, dude, Garofalo was freaking hot for a while. Really hot.
She went on to Air America, and she was on the Lefty Network for like 3 years. Not long after this movie was made, which is ironic.
I liked her stand-up. She was. I liked the fact she was the first comic, male or female, to be comfortable enough to bring her notebook on stage, and she would do her skits off her notebook. Since then, like Henry Rollins wouldn't be considered a comedian, but
Right.
Rollins would also do that. And
Spoken word, he have his bullet points.
correct. And I loved her stand-up. I thought it was very, very good. I liked her a lot. Clay
same.
Pigeons, unbelievably underrated.
Is that with the tall Vince Vaughn?
As with Vince Vaughn as a fucking serial killer, dude.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
Yeah, very good.
Yep.
Agreed.
He plays an FBI agent that smokes weed, which was freaking great.
Yeah. And that's how he found her. He like found a little stubby in the joint in the
Oh.
ashtray, and he's like, he's onto her. So question, what animated kids TV show featured the line, "Hello, nurse"?
Oh, that's easy, John. Animaniacs.
That's
It's
correct.
one of the greatest freaking cartoons ever.
Fantastic. You
Oh.
watched Animaniacs?
Definitely did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
quite good.
Well,
Oh,
make
yeah, I
sure
bought it
you
for you.
watch the original because it did come back.
No, I got them the originals first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
on DVD.
The original is so
It's
good.
time for Animaniacs.
Yeah, I
Oh.
remember watching it
It
so
was
much.
on after school when I was in high school, I believe.
I don't think they played it on cable when I was little.
TBS
No,
had
I
it.
think
I
it was
thought.
off the air by then.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought TBS had it, but it was a great. It was made for kids, but a
Snarf.
lot of innuendo for adults. A
Yeah.
lot of innuendo.
Right. To me, that was my argument with letting the kids watch Family Guy, was that like they wouldn't get the humor that's crass, but
Correct.
they'll enjoy the fact that it's a cartoon with a dog and a,
Yeah, but Bugs Bunny was the same friggin' way. I mean, it really was. If you watch Bugs Bunny as an adult, you catch things that you never would have caught as a kid.
Oh yeah, they had to take some Bugs Bunny off even before the last 5 years or last 3 years of woke. This was even like 30 years ago. They were replaying. I think TBS had bought the rights, and they had the ones that were circa World War II, not circa, during World War II, and Bugs Bunny is handing out ice cream, and he's scooping up ice cream and giving it to people. And then there's a Japanese guy in line. He's all like, with a, and he's like, "Oh, ice cream for you," and he puts a grenade on top of the cone and then hands it to him, and then he walks away and blows his head off. And they're like, "Yeah."
So I don't I mean, I understand why they did that, but at the same point, if you're not taking the context and when something was created, then you really can't make a judgment about it today. It's a different story. You had a whole continent that basically hated the Japanese because of them bombing Pearl Harbor. So that was the whole reason that they did that.
Right.
That's the reason they made fun of Germans the way they
we did hold them hostage and put them in internment camps.
No. It was day camps, weren't they? Wasn't it just day camps?
Yeah, just like you go, like it's kind of like a play date. Like you're just gonna go play with other Japanese. Well, it's funny. We were talking about that on our way back from dinner tonight. It was kind of like, what's the context and time? Because I was asking about a YouTuber, and Hannah pointed out, like, you changed your mind, Dad. Here was the controversy, and you were like, I don't really see how it's bad. And I said, well, I feel differently now because of X, but whatever. Like you can evolve your decision. I said the reason I wasn't totally like, no, that's horrible what he did, is because I knew that the time frame was like 10 years
Correct.
ago.
And that's why I said earlier to her that she's going to form her opinion on
Yeah.
what's going on now. But then when things happen down the line, you'll be like, oh, that was either way wrong to think that way. You know, just your opinion will change.
Right. And that's
And if
you.
you
That's
take
not
things-
that's not even society telling you what to think. Just
Correct.
on your own, you'll
Correct.
change, just
You'll
like
feel
society
it. You'll feel it yourself, what's right and wrong and what's funny and not funny. Now, to me, besides being girls not being funny at all, sorry.
It's
girls
true.
ain't funny.
Yeah, it's fact.
They're
Didn't you
not.
just call Uma Thurman funny though? What with her stand?
Janine Garofalo, yeah.
Oh,
Janine
Janine.
Garofalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when I say funny for a female comic, that's different. So my category of really funny is you're almost going to make me pee myself. Janine Garofalo was smart and witty, not funny enough to make me almost pee myself. So women are never that funny.
Ever.
She doesn't get that because that's a common theme with us. I'm sorry.
We just say women are funny, and also because it pisses off Becky.
Women.
She's funny.
That's really the whole reason behind
But
it.
she's really funny, and yeah, I never give her credit for it. I'm like, you're hilarious for a girl. Yeah, and Mama Fox, Missy. I mean, you're entertaining. You come up with some quips.
Yeah, I mean, like you think you make me think every once in a while.
Yeah, thanks. You made me pause. Amazing. I'm
Yeah.
not going to pay for it.
I'm like, oh my god, a girl thought of that.
Oh.
But I'm a feminist.
He's a feminist. You got me saying girls aren't funny. Like you're getting me in trouble. It's because I started parroting shit. I'm like segue. It's for children and mall cops. Good line. You know,
Thank you.
segue the toy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
What's your next trivia question? Don't make
true or false? Bart Simpson was voiced by a woman.
True. Sorry, Haley.
Gone.
Haley.
True.
Damn
That is correct. Nancy Cartwright.
Choice a lot of things.
Can you imagine if you were married to Nancy Cartwright and you're like, just do me like Bart? You're like, oh no, it's so creepy. I feel wrong.
Well, I think
You're
you'd
an
have
8-year-old boy. Stop it.
you'd have to start that conversation while you're pegging me. Bart Simpson. Really? Haley, nothing. No smile at all.
Listen, I'm
There's
trying
nothing.
to not laugh.
Oh, come on. That was good.
She hates to encourage this behavior
It
because
Oh, does she?
It was. I'm
I
just gonna be dead.
apologize. All right, I'll
Um,
hit myself. I'm sorry. Don't be funny.
what was Bart Simpson's line like?
Eat my shorts.
Eat my shorts. I'm gonna get pegged by Bart telling me to eat his shorts. Oh, it has a different connotation now.
I want to hear Bart say donkey punch and punch me in the back of that. Is that
Donkey
wrong?
punch.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong.
You could probably pay Nancy Cartwright not enough money ever because she's a billionaire to do it for you. All right, a couple more. If you want to go to bed, it is like 1 something in the morning. I understand.
Was she turned into a pumpkin or something?
No, she
Really? Out of all the shit I said, you turned into a pumpkin was funny?
The Cinderella joke. It was good.
Oh,
Nice. She is a young lady. You could have acted like you recognize that. But
I did several times.
you've been nothing but a comedy and sweet to her. I appreciate it. What series starred actors Jason Priestley and Luke Perry?
I'm going to let her do this. Come on. Your dad
Okay.
already said it. Come on. Come on. No pressure.
I know only one thing.
It's
that
a
was
zip
okay,
code.
hold on.
It's a
Hold
zip
on.
code. That's your hint.
Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh, you were so close.
What?
You're so close.
No, I'm very confident.
No, you're wrong. It's 90210, but 92010. No, it's 90210.
Whatever. Same difference.
It
So
was
I
on
was-
well before she was born.
So when I was in college, I went to college from 92 to 94, and you had a choice Monday nights. You either watched Beverly Hills 90210 or you watched WWE Monday Night Raw. You watched wrestling. So I fell into the group that watched wrestling just a few streets away, right? Oh, zip code wise. That's pretty funny.
That's right.
But
They
just-
moved to the better part of Beverly Hills.
that's it. The ones that haven't been, what is it? Ransacked and thrown.
Oh,
bombs.
there's no dirty needles and homeless
Oh
people.
no, there are plenty of dirty needles there. In fact, I think you can find where human people shit on an app somewhere for LA now too.
Oh yeah, they have like it's
Yeah.
like a Waze for dumps in
Yep.
Venice. Yeah.
Yeah, it started in San Francisco, but now I believe it is available in LA as
The
well.
amount of feces that is just strewn about,
Yep.
all in the name of equality for homeless people. Crazy.
As a pest control person, it drives me crazy because they have outlawed rodenticide in the state of California.
Outlawed what?
They have outlawed rodenticide, so you can't kill rodents. So you're gonna have homeless people on a
Are
port.
you
city.
serious?
Oh yeah, you have homeless people in a port city where rats are coming in from other countries, and that basically screams a bubonic plague. But nobody's paying attention to that. So
That's insane.
yep, it is insane.
Yes.
Yep.
California. All right. Here we go. During sectionals, who performed the first song of New Direction's set list?
For which season?
It doesn't say.
Probably season 1.
Probably.
Haley,
Haley.
Rachel.
That is correct. Very nice. Outstanding. In the first episode of season 2, Audition, there are 2 new students, one of whom is played by Charisse. Who are they?
This is
John.
Season 2.
John.
John.
Quinn and Finn.
Quinn and Finn is not correct. Good try.
Wait, can you re-say the question?
In the first episode of season 2, Audition, there are 2 new students. One of them is played by Charisse.
Haley.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yep.
And why I forget his name. I love this guy. Oh my god.
The blonde hair guy?
Yes,
Yeah.
Sam.
Sam, that is
Sam.
correct. Very nice. Very nice.
You are a Glee champion, young lady.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think I watched them all ever. I think I got through half. Maybe I got through 3/4, I think, with your mom back when they first came out.
It is really hard to watch after season 3.
Then I
a
watched
hard
it
time.
with you for the most part.
Yeah.
Back when I used to watch TV. All right. Next question. What profession is Martin Blank, played by John Cusack in Gross Point Blank?
John.
John.
He
Is it
is a
John?
contract killer.
That is correct. He is a hitman. That is my favorite John Cusack movie. I'd have to say next to.
Is he good?
You think it's
Joan?
better than Better Off Dead?
Yeah, there is a John Cusack.
To me, there's like a goofy John Cusack period. There's like 4 or 5 movies clumped together where there's like a lot of action, running, yelling, and whatever. They're cute. I like them. But I think he pulled off the best John Cusack in Grosse Pointe Blank.
Do you think the soundtrack had anything to do with it?
I don't even recall the soundtrack at all.
Really?
Yeah. No, if it was soundtrack, I have to say, what's with Jack Black in the record store?
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity, good soundtrack. I don't remember the soundtrack from Grosse Pointe Blank.
No.
At all.
Grosse Pointe Blank, the soundtrack is unbelievable. Also, the supporting cast is unreal. I just Better Off Dead. I can't stop thinking about Curtis, and I can't think his last name. But do you have any idea what the street value of this mountain is? Because it's pure snow.
Yeah, I know.
I can't stop. That is in my head. And by the way, if you watch Family Guy, he plays Snots on Family Guy. The same guy who voices Snots is the guy in Better Off Dead. But Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer.
Okay.
Oh, One Crazy Summer is excellent too. I my favorite is Grosse Pointe Blank. It is, but I think it's mostly because of the soundtrack. It is just the soundtrack is just.
We watched Say Anything together, and I was like, "Hey, I know a movie I think you're gonna like. It's gonna get all your sensibilities, and it's romantic, and you're not gonna be grossed out by it." And then we watched it, and she was like, "That was really good." I'm like, "I know,
Yeah.
right? Really
Yeah.
good."
I mean, that it is a great movie.
When they filmed the scene with him holding the boombox over his head, they weren't sure what movie they were going to option or what song they were going to option or what they could afford even. So during the scene, they were actually playing some like punk rock song,
Was that
hardcore punk song.
who directed that? Was that the same guy that directed all of the Rat Pack films?
No, the director was Cameron Crowe.
No shit.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and he was almost famous. That was his story.
That was his story, yeah.
Being a 12-year-old. Pretty sure it was Cameron Crowe.
I don't think he was 12. I think he was 14 or 16 when that happened.
Oh, really?
Directed and written by Cameron Crowe.
Yeah. Great. Fantastic.
So budget was 16 million, made 21.5 million. So it was not a hit.
But it's still getting bought in Blu-ray.
But what the hit was is after it became like on HBO and stuff like that, it became a huge cult hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gross Point Blank is probably Cusack's best movie. I would agree with you.
Yeah, he had the patter, the banter, it was he's so quick in the way he delivers lines that I think it was written, it played perfectly to him. And then having his sister be his handler, they naturally have chemistry. Dan Aykroyd, it was just the speed at which it moved didn't feel like super frenetic, but at the same time, it was a lot happening quickly. But I remember getting to the end of the movie, not feeling exhausted, but feeling like I wanted more. And that is good pacing in a movie that's really fast paced, and you're not worn out by it, because that happens sometimes. You're like, Jesus Christ, I feel like I was holding my breath and running the whole time. After 26 seasons with the Miami Dolphins, Don Shula made way for what new coach?
John.
John.
Dave Wanstead?
That would be Jimmy Johnson.
That was his first coaching job?
Yeah.
What year was it?
I don't know. Doesn't say.
I thought when you say made waves, no.
Don Shula, when he left the Dolphins, who became the coach after Don Shula? Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. It was really nice talking to you. I hope I wasn't a dick.
You were not.
Okay.
Sorry
Cool.
I didn't laugh at all your stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little pissed at that. I'm not gonna lie.
Sleep well, sweetie. Thank you. That was fun.
Oh, Midnight in the Garden in Good and Evil, maybe my favorite Cusack movie.
Was it for Cusack or was it for Spacey? Because Spacey held frame in that movie like a monster.
Spacey was
so
amazing
good.
in that movie, but I liked Cusack in that movie. I really did.
He was really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. City Hall. City Hall.
I feel like I haven't seen City Hall.
Oh, City Hall. He plays the deputy mayor of New York, and Pacino is the mayor. And
okay.
and the chick. Who's the chick in it? She comes from a lineage of Fonda. Bridget Fonda's in it.
Fonda. Okay.
Oh, she's amazing. Danny Aiello's in it. He plays a mob boss. Oh, it's very good. Very, very good. That is by far my favorite John Cusack movie is City Hall.
I'm so sad that I missed it.
Yeah, I would check it out. It's a good one. He's great. Gross Point Blank is a great movie. But City Hall is just wow. Really, really great movie.
Let's see. Stand By Me, One Crazy Summer, Hot Pursuit, Broadcast News, Tapeheads, 8 Men Out. Didn't he play Shoeless Joe Jackson?
No, he didn't play Shoeless Joe Jackson. No, he played Buck Weaver in it.
Okay.
Because I'm on it right now.
Got it.
Shoeless Joe Jackson was, and he's somebody who's played in a ton of movies.
Oh, wasn't it?
DB Sweeney. DB Sweeney played Shoeless Joe Jackson in that.
I was almost there.
Yeah, that's a great movie too, but Cusack isn't what makes that movie at all.
He was really good in The Grifters with
I never
Angelica
saw that.
Houston. He's a con man, and then his estranged mother is a con woman, whatever, con man. And I don't even know if he knows it's his mother when they wind up in the same long con. And she tries to have sex with him. Like, it's a lot of craziness, but it's tragic for sure. A tragic movie, but quite good.
Road to Wellville was an underrated movie. It bombed, but it was pretty good.
The Road to Wellville, that was Anthony Hopkins playing
Yeah,
John
about
Kellogg.
the Kellogg's. Yep.
I saw it in the theater, and somebody got me the book for Christmas, and I was like, "Why?" I
Yeah, it
didn't
was.
say I liked the movie. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
know,
underrated. It
A
was
bunch of wacky Seventh-day Adventists, vegetarians getting together at a sanitarium to
yeah, and
get the
they were
crazy
big
out through your
on
vagina.
they were big on suppositories and
Yes, enemas, bran,
enemas. Yep.
and uterine massage.
Yeah,
It was not for
that was
pleasure.
filmed where I went to college, so that was kind of close to the heart
Was
as
that
well.
Battle Creek, Michigan?
No, well, I don't know where it supposedly take place, but where it was filmed was in Mohawk, New York. It was basically just near New Paltz. Yeah, and I knew a bunch of people that had partied with him and stuff like that at that time.
Battle Creek, Michigan. Yes, that is correct. I think I read the book because someone purchased it for me. And I know more about John Henry Kellogg than I ever needed to know.
Pushing Tin, that was the one with Billy Bob Thornton and
Yes,
Angelina
air
Jolie.
traffic controllers. That was good. That was quite good.
Was that not Angelina Jolie?
The two of the banter between the two. I think Angelina Jolie played Cusack's wife in that movie.
Yes, and Kate Blanchett was the other chick. Yep.
That was good because Billy Bob is great at just the banter and the off the cuff improv stuff. So the two of them were just rapid fire, just ball busting.
Yeah, I wish Cusack's political. He'd keep his fucking mouth shut about his politics.
Right. Yeah. It's like why alienate people? Just you're
Yeah.
not that important. If you want donate money, you don't have to take it. You don't have to be vocal about it. Bob Roberts, money for nothing, floundering, the road to the city hall, Con Air. Oh yeah, FBI agent.
Yeah.
Midnight in the Garden, Washington.
Oh God, I love that movie.
High Fidelity. It was good. The Contract. I don't know, what is The Contract? Is he a hitman again? Hot Tub Time Machine.
Terrible.
I saw it in the theater. I was like, oh Lord, I want my money back.
And they did a second one. He wasn't in the second one.
Drive Hard, The Prince. He look at that, 2014. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had 6 films drop in 2014.
Really?
He must have need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He did 6 in 2013.
Jesus.
Holy shit! A lot. Some direct.
The Raven was not a bad movie.
I didn't
About
see it.
Edgar Allan Poe. That was
Yeah.
not a bad movie.
Nevermore. Look at that. He must have lost some assets. Maybe did he get divorced?
1408 was not a bad movie either.
Is that
Samuel L. Jackson.
Was he in a
About the
hotel
haunted room? The hotel room, yeah. And he was a writer, yeah, who didn't believe in any of it. And
wasn't that a Stephen King story?
I don't know if that was based off of what The Shining was done, but it could be. I'm not positive. I don't really know.
Where does it say 1408? Are you looking in?
I'm on IMDb.
IMDb. I'm in the wiki.
2007.
1408 movie. 07 film. I think I saw this one. Yeah, like he was in the hotel room and then he shut the lights off and then try not to believe what was happening. Based on Stephen King's 1999 short story of the same name.
Which basically was a ripoff of The Shining. Yeah.
How many Stephen King stories have been adapted to film,
Film or TV?
or either adapted to film or TV. So miniseries counts.
Oh, the original Stand was excellent.
It was
Good
Matt
pick,
Fruit.
too.
I loved it. Gary Sinise,
Yep.
really good. Molly Ringworm.
Ringworm. I think
Yeah.
it's. I don't think that's her name.
So this is a list of media based on work by Stephen King, including the Richard Bachman titles.
Yeah, because that would have included the movie with Schwarzenegger.
Yep, Running
Man.
Man, Sinner. Right, those were Bachman's. His son is a writer. His son is quite the prolific horror story. I think his name, he goes by Joe
Mama.
Joe something. Well, whatever, one thing at a time. What's the total? 1, 2.
There's a lot.
It's crazy. You know, for all of the books that are published in any given year, the way that the distribution goes monetarily is something like 80% of the money is Stephen King's. 80.
That's insane.
80% goes to him. The other 20% is hacked up along, the New York Times bestsellers, and then the distribution of wealth is literally like non-existent. Stephen King, 80%, 20% goes to the next, let's say 97 people who made the list, all the way down to, I don't know, the other 100,000 books that are submitted to publishing who don't make a penny.
That's insane.
That is insane. But he's good though. But the thing is, like, you're always going to bank on a sure thing, right? Why wouldn't you?
Right.
So if your sure thing has been knocking him out since 1974-ish or 76, and then he hits a hot streak, and it makes sense to always bet on that. But how many stories and how many authors have just never been given the time of day? Michael Crichton is extremely, I think he's passed away, but Michael Crichton, his contribution to TV and film is huge. Huge. Did you know that?
No. I mean, I knew the monkeys, Congo, and then Jurassic Park, right?
Mhm.
Wasn't that him?
That's correct.
Yeah, I don't know about any of the other ones.
The TV show ER is based on a Michael Crichton story.
Really?
Yep. So Westworld TV show, The Lost World, Jurassic Parks, of course, the Andromeda.
So wait a minute, go back to Westworld, because Westworld was a movie in the 80s with Yul
1973 was the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 73. Jesus Christ. I didn't even realize that.
The Andromeda Strain was written in 71.
Right.
You had the Jurassic Parks, Disclosure, Coma, The Great Train Robbery, Sphere. Sphere was fantastic. You remember Samuel L. Jackson, Dustin Hoffman, Sharon Stone. The 13th Warrior.
Oh,
Michael.
So underrated as a movie. And
Yes.
Antonio Banderas.
So good.
Such a good movie. Oh my God.
The absolute best representation, and the only time I truly could understand what it would be to be immersed amongst people who you did not speak their language at all.
Right.
And they played it so incredibly well, as Antonio Banderas was their captive. And they kind of do that. It's kind of like a montage. It's like sitting he's like chained up by the fire every night after they're done dragging him across the desert, wherever they're going. And over time, you hear the murmur of the language that you can't make out any words, but they're all, those talking to themselves. Obviously, you could tell they're really engaged in this conversation. He's just watching them, and he's nothing. And then over time, as they're kind of doing this montage, all of a sudden, you hear a word that you understand.
Right.
In that murmur, and now you hear a couple words, and then
Runaway
more, and a couple more.
With
and then
Selleck
now you're fluent.
and Gene Simmons.
Oh,
Runaway.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And the chick from Cheers.
Chick from Cheers, Kirstie Alley.
Yes, she was the chick in it. Yeah,
What?
yeah,
In Runaway with Burt Reynolds.
yeah. No, not Burt Reynolds. Tom Selleck.
Oh, that was Selleck. Okay. Twister, great movie.
My God, love that movie.
The Terminal Man, Looker, Rising Sun. I liked Rising Sun a lot. Do you remember Rising Sun? Traditionally, you would call me Shimpai, and I would call you Kohai.
Wow, I can't believe coma.
So you want me to call you Master? You want me to call you Master? Sean Connery, Wesley Snipes. Let's see. More Jurassic stuff. King of the Night, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Yeah, it's to me. I'll walk around a bookstore. Good night, Amber. Love you. I'll walk around a bookstore and I'll start looking at book titles, and I do judge a book by its cover. I absolutely do, all day. And I'll start looking at titles and I'm like, that seems familiar. That seems familiar. That seems familiar. Like, how did I miss that? Like Michael Crichton, like on King, obviously, who else? You just fall into, and you're like, this is nuts that you don't realize how much of our entertainment, our media, are driven by just a handful of people.
Amazing.
So if you think about the influence they have over generations of people, if they've been pumping out movies from their imagination and there weren't even movie writers, it feels, all of a sudden, it feels very limiting, the Alfred Hitchcock films, things are ubiquitous like that.
Yeah, but and then the
we know them.
movies that have spawned from the Hitchcock movies too. I mean, it's unbelievable. I did not know he did Runaway and 13th Warrior. 13th Warrior is an excellent movie, very underrated.
What's interesting about Crichton is he does medical dramas, and I believe he was a doctor, if I recall. I think he was at some point, because he did a lot of medical drama, and then he'd do space drama, and then he'd do he liked thrillers, then you do dinosaurs, and then it's when you look at kind of a Venn diagram of the genres that he did, you wouldn't think that they went together, but all of his stuff sold really, really well.
Interesting. Yeah, ER was on from 1994 to 2009. 15-year run.
I loved ER. I loved it. I thought it was great.
He was born in 42, died in 08.
Okay.
64? No, 66. Yeah, he died
Wow.
in 66.
So yeah, Stephen King, he had the most books turned into movies. He's an American author whose books have sold more than 350 million copies, and many have been adapted. He's had at least 34 adapted into movies.
Wow.
That's wild. So yeah, there's just a lot of pop culture driven by very few
people.
perspectives.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
I was listening to an audiobook by my favorite economist, Dr. Thomas Sowell. And I love Dr. Thomas Sowell because he has bucked political noise since he became a professor at Cornell. I think it was Cornell, or was it Columbia? I think Columbia.
One of Candace Owens' heroes.
Yeah, he's amazing. I listened to him based on somebody's recommendation, and I did not have any clue. Like, he didn't narrate his books. I had no clue he was black. I was just listening to economics on how economics on a world stage plays out and what that actually means. Because I always thought of economics as what you learn in high school, which is capitalism, free market,
Supply and
closed market,
demand.
supply
Right.
and demand.
Right.
Right. And that's how I thought of economy. I never thought economics was how races and cultures take their skill sets and their basic like proclivities, like what makes up your group of people, how they're able to then survive as part of communities, and then what do they bring to that community, and what are strengths and weaknesses. I never thought about it like that. So I'm listening to it was like race and culture, or black rednecks and white hillbilly, or some juxtaposition
Right.
on the names. Black, it was like black rednecks and white. I don't know, but anyway, it's irrelevant. Um, and I'm listening and I'm starting to understand really what economics means. And he starts talking about how racism is always going to exist, but it's not something that you can identify by words. And I'm listening to this guy, and he said, here's the thing. Racism means that you are able to identify with your race, and racism means that you may not identify with another one because it's foreign to you, or their behaviors, um, the way they do business, how they operate is foreign to you. And he said, you will never ever get rid of racism because it's instinct. It comes not only based on nature, but it also comes, or not just with nurture, but also with nature. And he's like, here's how I can prove it. You're always going to be happy with the groups that you are most similar to. And there are intrinsic behaviors that have gone on for thousands of years with these races and cultures that you can't breed out of them. You can't get rid of them. You could change a behavior in 2 generations. He's like, you can change a negative behavior in a race if the people within that race decide to squeeze out those that are making problems for them.
Right.
But you can't legislate it. And he's like, racism is a thought in your head. Racism doesn't do anything to anyone. That's called discrimination. Now, discrimination can happen, but discrimination does not affect an entire race or culture. He's like, so you can't legislate it, and it's just noise that politicians have used since slavery was abolished. They had to figure out how to keep that screw on, on the blacks in America, up to Jim Crow, up to civil rights, now up to postmodernism and Marxism, the bullshit that's going on now between the left and the right, always keeping racism at the forefront, but without the races knowing or realizing or acknowledging that they're being used as pawns to forward a bigger goal. It has nothing to do with their rights. It has nothing. And he's like, listen, you won't legislate it away. You're not going to change. You're not going to change it. And the people who are told that they're oppressed are not. They're not. Now, that doesn't mean that America is perfect. He said, but it's mostly the politicians who are the ones who are creating the issue, because how do you get reelected and how do you get money? You do it by getting people to vote for you. And how do you do that? You convince them that they need you. Your politicians are not intellectuals. They're not providing anything positive to society. The idea is that they could. He said, but the machine is so big and it's so corrupt. It's been going on for so long that they're literally working within their own self-interest.
Right.
And they just lie to you over and over and over again. And he said, but that being said, the liberals have been destroying slowly. He said, you took their slaves away. They've been mad. They've been trying to get that back this whole time. He said that, he goes, and the sad thing is Republicans aren't necessarily the answer either. because you can put them in office for 12 years and they don't solve anything. They create more problems for themselves on top of that.
Well, because what they do is they don't want to solve your problems. They just want to let you be at whatever you're going to be.
But so
That's the problem. Is
that's
that
the right.
yeah, their hands-off approach.
You have to unlegislate, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's what the Republicans overall is a hands-off approach.
Right.
Tim Pool says it best, right? So when things are going great, you really want a Republican in office because they're not going to do anything to fuck with it. They're
Right.
going to leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
They're gonna they are going to open open the way for less legislation. That's what they're going to do. But if you want a right, or if you feel nowadays anyway, if you feel that hey, somebody's voice isn't going to be heard, it's going to be through a Democrat. But a Republican's point of view is, well, if you want your voice to be heard, then fucking make your voice heard.
Right.
I'm not going to have anything. I'm not going to do anything to stifle your voice, but at the same time, I'm also not going to do anything to help your voice.
Right. You're not going to legislate it. The things that should be legislated are rights. Rights should be legislated because the intent in the model has been that. So if there is something new and pervasive that's been a new addition to our society, then maybe you do have to amend one of the what are they called? The bill, like in the Bill of Rights. Like maybe, yeah. So you might need to amend an amendment. You might need to. He said, but the biggest problem you have is the liberals, when they're put in charge, they're running up the debt and the clock as fast as possible because they know, especially if they have a majority and they have one in the executive, that this is their time because it's infrequent that you're going to be in both houses and not have an executive that's going to get in the way. He goes, so they go hog wild, like just more rules. He goes, how often have you heard and how long does it take for a law to go away? So they don't go away. It's very rare. It could take 100 years before a law is removed. He goes, what happens is that you just stop regarding the law. If that's the case, that's usually how they die out. Like, yeah, you can't marry your horse. You know, it's still a law in Arizona. Doesn't need to be there. No. Is there a general understanding that we don't marry horses? Yes. You know, do we need it in order to enforce something? No. Did they at one point? Apparently. Right. Apparently. He said, so the mess that we get in, and I was listening to him. This was a 2008, one of the books I just listened to. And he was complaining about the destruction. It's called The Dismantling of America. And as I'm listening to him talk about what's going wrong between the left and the right, I thought it was current. I literally thought I was listening to current events, but he was talking about what Obama did.
Right.
How he got in on a hope and change and then went communist. And he's like, Obama is wrecking America. And if we keep going in that direction, he's like post neo-modern Marxism, identity politics. If we allow that to keep happening, he's like, he had predicted in 2008 that we're not far from the brink of destruction and reset because it had been going on for so long and it just gets worse every time they have another run at it. He's like, but what's the answer? If every time they're in office or they get at least they're able to get stuff passed, they're passing all the garbage they possibly can to destabilize America because they think America is evil. If the Republicans get in, they can't repeal anything. They just believe in not adding anything more.
Correct. Status quo. They're really a big believer in status quo.
Can you ever stop it? The only thing I saw was Trump got in and he reversed a whole bunch of shit. As much as he could, though he
reversed a bunch of shit that had nothing to do with individuals' rights.
Correct.
he reversed a ton of shit that Democrats had put in when it comes to relationships with other countries. That was
Right.
his biggest thing. He didn't do anything to fuck with anybody's rights here in the country.
No, I agree. No, yeah.
But he basically he tried to level the playing field a little bit more for the U.S.
NAFTA, the Paris
Oh,
Accords, like
NAFTA.
anything that was
NAFTA
cost
was
us.
a fucking abortion. NAFTA was the dumb. Now, the
No, it's
thought
fine.
process behind it was pure. At least I think it was back in the day, but it just went to the opposite, right?
Well, it's all, but it always plays towards, and Soul talks about this too, is how do you get the populace to agree to pay ransom money to countries that don't deserve it? How, if you have agreements on the down low with these countries, how do you get them these paychecks without the without the populace catching on? You do it. He's like, is there $65 billion is transferred to Venezuela in a blank check
Right.
with no cause, with no, like it's forgiven debt immediately. How do you get those things by? The deals have already been made, and then they legislate passing bills.
Did you freeze? I think maybe you froze. Chat room. Am I still live? Did he freeze? What's going on? Whoa. Hmm. All right. Well, it is almost 2 o'clock, so I am gonna sign off. To all you out there, have a wonderful evening, and hope to see you soon, especially on Tuesdays. Good night now.